Hey guys, it's Vicky and I'm here to do a vlog, and this isn't like an experimental vlog or anything like that. It's just a good old-fashioned weekend reading vlog because I haven't done one yet this year, and I have a couple of kind of secret TBR slash experimental sort of vlogs planned, but that's for later. Hopefully. I haven't actually started vlogging for those, but I have ideas, basically. So this one is just a good old-fashioned reading vlog. I thought I would just take you along on my weekend, tell you what I'm reading, all that fun stuff. I don't really have a lot planned this weekend in terms of like plans. It is daylight savings time tonight. We set the clocks back, or no, they spring forward, and I'm so excited because it's gonna be light out for longer, and it's just great. It's great. So, what am I reading right now? Okay, so I am reading 2 books right now, and I want to start a third, and I'll tell you why. But basically, I'm reading 2 memoirs right now, 2 very different memoirs. I am reading Me by Elton John and A Promised Land by Barack Obama. So, obviously, very different men and just very different memoirs, the way they're told and everything like that. So the Elton John memoir I am reading because I'm buddy reading it with Bobby, because she had mentioned wanting to read it in her March TBR, and I have had this on my TBR, not because I'm a super huge Elton John fan. I mean, I like Elton John, but I just heard that this particular memoir was told really well and that it was funny and just gave you like a lot of insight into this like iconic pop musician. And like I said, I'm not a huge Elton John fan. I own one of his albums on vinyl, but it's because it was handed down to me from, I think, my father-in-law. But other than that, I don't own any of his albums or anything, but I have always found him to be like a fascinating person, just like in our pop culture. I just feel like Elton John is like one of those artists that even if you don't listen to pop music, even if you don't like pop music, there's probably at least one Elton John song that you're like, yeah, I like that. You know what I mean? He just kind of appeals to the masses, I feel like. There's just something about his music. And that's definitely how it is for me. Like I said, I don't own any of his albums, but there are definitely songs of his that like when I hear them, I'm like, oh yeah. So yeah, okay, to start this off, yeah, let me know what your favorite Elton John song is, if you have a favorite. For me, I really like, I guess that's why they call it the blues. I just like that one. I also love the iconic classic Tiny Dancer. That's one of those songs, like, if it's on the radio, I'm keeping that station on and singing along to that song. So yeah, this is really good. It's really funny, which I think you would kind of expect from Elton John. He definitely tells his story in a very humorous way. He is not afraid to make fun of himself or some of the choices that he's made. He's also not afraid in this to admit when he was wrong or when he was a jerk or whatever. He talks about everything: his career, his relationships, his drug use, and I mean, when you really think about it, he's been in the business for like 50 years. And like music has evolved so much since he first came around, and you know, just the fact that he's still in it after so long is just really cool. So yeah, I'm about halfway through, so I'm at the part where it's kind of, now it's going into the 80s. It's like the late 70s, early 80s. And so it's getting more like his career. I didn't realize how many albums Elton John put out between like 1970 and 1975. It was crazy. It was crazy because you just don't hear about that very often. He was putting out like at times like 3 albums a year, which is just nuts. So his career was just boom. He was just putting out the hits, going crazy. And now I'm at the point where he's kind of starting to slow down a little bit. Music is changing, punk is coming onto the scene, disco has been on the scene, and he's kind of trying to like play around with his sound and stuff. And yeah, this is actually really enjoyable. Like I said, I really like it. I was actually listening to the audiobook for a little bit too, because It says it's narrated by Elton John, but I kind of dipped into it later and like I didn't start the audiobook from the beginning, so I'm not sure. But the part I've listened to when I put it on, it was Taron, is it Edgerton? Oh my gosh, I can't remember his name. He plays Elton John in the movie biopic Rocket Man. He narrates this too. So he does a good job, it's fun. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. And then I am listening to, full on like listening to A Promised Land by Barack Obama, narrated by Barack Obama. And this is a good one to listen to because there are definitely parts that are a little bit dry, a little bit slow. It is a political memoir, presidential memoir. So some of the stuff he talks about is super interesting, but then some of the stuff he talks about is kind of boring, you know what I mean? So I've really enjoyed, though, I'm at the part right now, he's really trying to amp up the healthcare reform. And so he's, you know, they've kind of navigated the financial crisis back in 2009, and now he's focusing more on healthcare. And yeah, it's good. It's good. He has a very like down-to-earth quality about him, which I think is one of the reasons I think that people like Barack Obama, is he is very like laid back, and obviously that's reflected in his narration of his book. It's fun to hear a former president swear, especially someone who usually speaks so eloquently and everything. To hear him like drop an F-bomb is kind of fun, and just kind of like humanizing. Like he's like, yeah, he's a person, he's a human, you know, he swears and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. I don't know if I was physically reading it, if I would enjoy it quite so much, just because, like I said, it's kind of slow at times, but it's good. I don't know exactly how far I am. I'm probably about halfway through this too. My bookmark has me at like the 300 page mark, but I know I'm further than that. So yeah, I'm gonna keep listening to this weekend, reading Elton John, and then I want to start one of my middle grades, because as much as I'm loving both of these books, it's kind of like two memoirs. I need something to break that up a little bit. So I have 3 books left on my TBR for middle grade March. I have Front Desk by Kelly Yang, I have The Voyage of the Dawn Treader by C.S. Lewis, and then I have The Jumbies by Tracy Baptiste. And I think right off the bat, I don't think I'm going to do Voyage of the Dawn Treader, because I think I want to try this on audio. I listened to part of Prince Caspian on audio and I really liked it. So I think I might want to go that route with this, which means I have to finish A Promised Land first. So I'm going to knock this one out. So that leaves The Jumbies or Front Desk. And both of these are just, they sound so good. They sound so good. But I have been reading this month a lot of more dark kind of stuff. I just finished The Devil All the Time by Donald Ray Pollock, and that was like super dark, super twisted, super gritty. Like I loved it so much. And then I've been reading Saga, and then I did read another middle grade book, Christina's Ghost, so that obviously had like kind of spooky horror elements to it. So I think I might want to save The Jumbies for a little bit later in the month, maybe finish out my month with this. So I think I'm gonna start Front Desk because this one, though, I've heard people say that it has like a really cute cover and it looks like really like fun in this, but it actually has a lot of serious topics in it because it deals with immigration and things like that. So I don't know, it just looks really cute. It's about a little girl who lives in a motel with her parents. Her parents are immigrants from, I don't know if it says on the back where her parents are from, but they're immigrants, and they work in the motel as like, they like clean the rooms and stuff. And then Mia, the little girl, kind of runs the front desk and helps out the guests and things like that. And the owner of the hotel doesn't know that Mia's parents and Mia herself are helping immigrants that are coming in to the country. They are giving them rooms and giving them a place to stay for free. And they have to keep it a secret from the owner of the motel, because otherwise he'd get really upset. So it's kind of about that. And then on that side too, Mia's dealing with, you know, like normal middle grade stuff, like school and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start this one too this weekend, just to kind of break up the memoirs. Like I said, I don't have a lot planned in terms of like things going on this weekend, so I'm hoping I can get a lot of reading done. So we'll see how it goes. I will give you guys an update when I've got more to say. So sorry for the bouncy cam. We are in the car. We're gonna go for a walk, nature walk. And since I'm reading the Elton John book, and we're gonna start listening to some Elton John actually in the car. I wanna ask my family, starting with my better half, what is your favorite Elton John song?
A pass for now. Coming back to me.
Okay, Leia. I think I know what you're gonna say.
I want to hear what the kids have to say first.
I don't know what's an Elton John song.
I think if I had to guess Leia's, it's probably I'm Still Standing.
She's gonna say what I'm gonna say. Yeah.
I'm Still Standing.
Is it?
The song from Sing. Remember?
Yeah, it's that one.
Yeah. Hunter, what about you, Buggy?
I think I want. Yeah, I want that song.
I'm Still Standing. Babe?
Well then, since mine probably is I'm Still Standing, but then I would do Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. If that's like the strong second.
All right. The family has spoken. All right, so I've only read 4 pages of this book, and I'm already definitely seeing that it has a more serious tone. Like I said in the intro, the cover looks really cute and everything, but just from the first couple of pages, I'm already sensing, that life for Mia and her parents is not easy. They are immigrants from China, and her parents are having a hard time getting work, and money is really, really tight. They were living in their car for some time. And then, of course, they're alone in America. They don't have any other family that came with them, and because of China's custom to let there be one child per family, Mia was very close with her cousins, and because she doesn't have any siblings, and none of them have siblings, so they were all very close, and she misses them terribly. So far, this is a sad book so far. 4 pages, and it's sad, but I like it a lot so far. I think it's definitely painting a picture. In terms of, this is probably going to be a great book for a child to read to sort of understand that a lot of people's lives are not easy. And I think it's important for kids to be exposed to stories like this so that they can develop empathy and things like that. So I think this is going to be an awesome middle grade book. I'm 4 pages in, but I'm already making predictions. I think this is going to be great. Yes! Look at her go! Hey guys, so excuse my naked bed. It's sheet changing day around here. But anyways, I wanted to update you guys on what I've been reading. I did manage to read about 20 pages of Front Desk last night, but this kind of clip, I'm more wanting to talk more about the Elton John autobiography because I read a big chunk of it this morning, and it really has me wanting to read more celebrity like autobiographies or memoirs, because as much as I love memoirs, I typically don't read celebrity ones, but this one really has me a lot more interested in that genre, I think, because it has always been very fascinating to me, musicians and like musical artists, how they create their music, because for some reason creating music to me is, I don't know, it's just a different sort of creative than say drawing or even dancing, choreographing, because like I understand that because I was a dancer and I was a choreographer, and so not like a big time choreographer for kids K through 12. I did choreographed dances, so I understand that, but just making up a song, coming up with a song, a melody out of thin air, to me is like, how do people do that? And so, and like the thoughts behind songs and things like that just really interests me. And I'm like, why haven't I ever read books like this before? So I really want to try to read more books like this because it is interesting to hear about their process. Elton John's process was always basically, he had a buddy named Bernie who would write the lyrics, and then he'd get the lyrics and then do the melodies, and they were obviously a great team, very successful team. But like he had a hard time doing the opposite. Like if he worked with someone and they wanted him to do a melody first, he really struggled because he needed those words to kind of inspire the melody. And I don't know, it's just interesting how people work differently with stuff like that. So yeah, I want to find more books like this. And the thing is, like, the kind of music I've always been interested in, though, I don't think a lot of my like favorite musicians have written autobiographies. I know there are some out there that are famous, like Keith Richards, his was really famous for a while there. Patti Smith's was really famous too. But both of those, though I respect their work, I'm not like huge fans. Like I don't own a Rolling Stones record. Like, I appreciate them and I respect them, but I don't like go out of my way to listen to the Rolling Stones. Same with Patti Smith. I definitely don't go out of my way to listen to her stuff either, though I think, you know, she's a good artist and everything. So then like I was kind of looking, and the only person that I can think of that I'm pretty sure has written a biography or autobiography is Tori Amos. And the problem with him though is, and I think it came out a while ago, but because I am a big fan of hers, especially when I was a teenager, her music just spoke to me. I think like a lot of coming of age girls, there was something about Tori that just really, she just got you, you know? But the thing about her is when I try to watch like interviews and stuff with her, sometimes I'm like, Tori is a genius, but I swear she's from another planet, because sometimes just like the way she speaks and stuff, it's hard to, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. But, so I don't know how difficult a book by her would be to read. I don't know, but I'm interested. I'm thinking about picking that one up. So yeah, let me know, those of you out there who have read some celebrity autobiographies, which ones, and I'm kind of, like I said, I am kind of looking more for musical ones, but let me know what ones you've read that you like, because Bobby and I kind of chatted about it a little bit. She loves celebrity autobiographies and has read a few. A lot of them are from actors though. So yeah, I would love to hear, you know, about that. And then as far as Barack Obama goes, it's an interesting book. It's bringing back a lot of stuff because obviously I was alive in 2009 when he was inaugurated the first time. And it's interesting to go back and look at his first term because there was like a lot going on. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. I said the same thing about Michelle, his wife, when I read her book, is what's so, to me, is so interesting about the Obamas is that they've achieved so much and they've done it all on their own. They came from basically nothing. And so there is definitely just their view on life, I feel like, is just different. And it's inspiring because it makes you feel like they did it, I could do it, you know? And yeah, so it's interesting reading these two books kind of side by side because they're so different. Elton John and Barack Obama are very different men, very different career aspirations and very different lives, but it's just interesting. So yes, that's about all I have to say, I guess, for right now. I'm going to, you know, she always does this. She gets so mad at me every day when I have to make my bed because that is her favorite spot. And that's where I sleep. So I am constantly sleeping on cat fur because that's like her spot. She gets so mad at me because I'm like, you have to get off the bed for 3 minutes or less so I can make the bed real fast. And she gets mad at me. But anyway, I'm gonna finish changing the beds. I'm gonna probably pop in my AirPods and listen to some more Barack Obama. So Morgan has, you know, I think a decent amount of toys to play with, right? But look what she has. Would rather have a stinky old daddy shoe. I just love that it's like 6:40 right now and the sun is still out. Makes me feel so happy. Hey, so I wanted to give one more update before I close out the vlog because it's about 7 o'clock and we got to start like putting, you know, getting the kids ready for bed and stuff, giving baths and all that, even though it is still light outside. But anyways, I did read a little bit more Front Desk today. I read about another 20 pages or so, and I'm really, really enjoying this. I really like Mia, our main character. She's just such a sweet girl, and she is definitely like one of those kids who just wants to be a helper and wants to prove that she can, you know, do things and all that. And then, but unfortunately for her, a lot of times that kind of stuff backfires on her, and she actually ends up causing a little more trouble than she intended. But I think that it's kind of just the thought that counts with her, that she just really wants to be a helper and help her parents out and everything. And they're definitely setting up that Mr. Yao, who is the owner of the motel, he's definitely like our villain. You've already seen, he's this early in the book, he's not a nice man. His son Jason isn't much better. And I've also seen a little bit just in these first 40 pages, kind of like, just like the way that a lot of immigrants coming into America, I think, are kind of treated. Like, Mia and her parents are from China, and they've been in the country for about 2 years at the start of the book. And she goes to a new school, though, because her parents get this new job at the motel. And when she meets her principal, and her principal finds out that she is a Chinese immigrant, she suddenly starts, like, talking to her like, oh, how do you like living here? Like speaking loudly and slowly, like she doesn't understand English, and Mia just responds to her like it's fine or whatever, you know, like, and it's kind of like, I feel like immigrants get treated like that a lot, I think, in this country. And And so she's kind of pointing that out a little bit in this, that it was like, she was talking to her normally and everything until, oh, she found out, oh, you guys are from China. And then all of a sudden it's like, what, all of a sudden they can't hear or whatever. Like, it's just weird. And then she also makes a comment that like, oh, well, we don't have a lot of Chinese students. We don't really have any other Chinese students in this school, but except for one. And I'm sure you guys are gonna get along great and be like really good friends. And that other Chinese student is actually Jason, Mr. Yao's son, who's a little jerk. So it's kind of like they just assume that because they're both from the same country that they're gonna be best friends, and that's like not true. So anyway, yeah, and I like it so far. I like it a lot. It's cute. It is cute. But it does kind of dive into those sort of topics with like immigration and kind of the American experience in terms of being an immigrant. You kind of are seeing in this book, so I like it. I really like it. So yeah, I'll probably finish this in the next couple days. This will be another one, you know, to knock out for middle grade March, so that's exciting. Yeah, so woo. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for my little weekend vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me on this weekend. I got more reading done than I thought I would, which is nice, especially yesterday. Today was a little bit of a slower day. I just had more stuff to do around the house. So yeah, that's about all I've got, guys. So I hope that you guys have had a wonderful week so far, and I will talk with you soon. Thank you so much for watching.